position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Volunteers ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. A rather underwhelming start as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made and the coach will take the penalty.
On the ready. Green 25.
On the move. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Makes the catch. It's Jolly. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field and stop it. He'll have enough yardage for a first down. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Volunteers! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3 and out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And here he comes out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. With the catch, it's Walters. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon. And he's putting this defense on alert early.
Pulls it in. It's Walters. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They're coming off an appearance in the national championship game last year, and you know they're looking... Turning it off! Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
They'll run it from the gun. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive line. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Java. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. It's in, completed. He's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted. The Dogs will try to move the sticks on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, trying to find his man. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Hawkins. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they can win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Puts it to set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at 1st and goal. I'd let him throw it down here. He has earned that right.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And the Vols want to pick up the tempo. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
What a huge stop by the defense, forcing the 4th down and making the 4th down and goal a little bit harder by getting a lost yardage play. Nice job bowing up by this defense.
Touchdown, Vols! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And it's up and no good. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things.
On the set.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern.
Igloo. Go.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Got his man on the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll give it to him again. Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. And because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
On third and short, the power run here. Just hammering it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he makes the extra point. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So here is the Tennessee offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Benedict. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. He did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
And the Volunteers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Love what they did there, putting the big fella in the slot, letting him use his ability to get downfield and create some space and find the soft spot in the zone.
No doubt. You got the big fella in the slot so you get your matchup. You know it's zone coverage. You know you can put it up out there and let him go make a play. That is a recipe for success, finding that matchup and exploiting it.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
The Vols with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Benedict. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Zings it complete to the right.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Benedict. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, we knew coming into this one the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
On 2nd and 10, a full wide out set, trips right. They just keep firing. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, to give, looking for room. They stop him at the 23. Good pickup, but not quite enough for the first down. It'll bring up 4th down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.